welcome back to my channel. I am currently going through a declutter series on my channel, and now we're in makeup. I have already done a few face products as well as my eye products, and today we are going to be going through blushes. So I'm going to give you a rundown of what I did and did not like and what I'm going to be keeping and getting rid of. And without further ado, let's get started. So the first product is also the biggest product. This is the Coastal Scents Blush and Bronzer Mini Palette. I think I got this in a boxy charm. I must have. I am going to be getting rid of this. I did really like this bronzer, but I don't use bronzer enough to justify keeping an entire palette. This one's just a little bit dark for me. This one's a little bit peach for me. This highlight was too dark for me. This bronzer, I don't really like shimmery bronzers. So this is the only product that I actually ended up using. And like I said, not worth keeping an entire palette, so I'm going to be passing that one along. This Hikari blush in Tango, I think I'm going to be getting rid of. It's just very, very bright. I think this would look better with someone who has a tan. I am very, very fair. It just ended up looking a little bit clown face on me, even when I did just a very light dusting. It just didn't look natural, so I'm going to be passing this along. Next up, we have my Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. I've had this for actually probably almost 2 years now, so it's probably nearing the end of its lifetime, which is a shame because I haven't used it nearly enough. This is really the only coral blush that I like. It's just so pretty, and it's incredibly soft. People hype about these on YouTube, and it's no wonder because these are an amazing product. Especially for a baked product, it's incredible. I find that most baked products can be very like stiff and hard to work with. Not this one. This one's amazing, so I'm definitely gonna be keeping that. I have this Doll 10 cream blush in Flirt. I do not like it. I am not a person who enjoys cream blushes. The color is decent for me, but like I said, I don't like cream blushes. I find them hard to work with, and look at it, it's like all streaky, hard to blend out. Not my fave, so I'm gonna pass that along. I'll swatch that Hikari blush if you guys are interested to see how it's like flamingo pink it is. It's just crazy. So yeah, it just doesn't work well with my skin tone. Then we have this CoverGirl Cheekers blush in Snow Plum. Again, I think this one is pretty old. This is, I think my parents got it for me a long time ago. This color is actually probably okay for me, but I need to get rid of this. It's just, like I said, too old. It's actually really fair. I actually just got this blush for Christmas. This is the Makeup Revolution The Matte Blush in Nude, and I really like it. I like these more natural, more cool toned blushes that apparently all make a mess. I can swatch this one for you as well if you like. These are just such good blushes. Like, it's so soft. It's just really good quality, and that color is just perfect for my skin tone. Obviously, not when it's this dark. I would sheer it out more, but it works really nice. I have this Cargo blush here. This is in the Big Easy. I got this in a subscription box. Another good color for my skin tone. I think this one might have a tiny bit of shimmer. It's a little bit difficult to say, but again, it's just a very like light pinky blush. It might have like a tiny bit of peach to it, but this amount is not overwhelming for my skin tone. It's actually really pretty on. And Cargo blushes are really good. And look how much product is in here. This is 1/3 of an ounce, which I think is a lot, right? For comparison, my Tarte blush is 1/5 of an ounce. So I'm gonna say yeah. Speaking of my Tarte blush, I have the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Flush. Another good shade for me. Look how purpley that is, like pinky purple. This is my kind of shade. It actually looks a little bit bubblegum in that swatch, but it looks more like, it looks more natural on the skin. Hopefully you can see it's right there. I really do like this one. You have to really work to get as much pigment as you want when you're putting it on with a brush, but it ends up turning out really pretty. I'm definitely gonna be passing along this LA Colors blush in Pink Blush. That is pretty accurate. I got this for my $10 makeup challenge, and it sucks. Like, it's so bad. You can't even see the pigment really. There's hardly any pigment. It's just, it goes away immediately when you try to swatch it on your hand, and the same goes for if you're using it on your face with a brush. So terrible. I'm gonna give this one to my sisters because they can't do any damage with it. I have this e.l.f. blush palette in light, and I'm on the fence about it because I don't know if I have the same shades. So if I do, I'm gonna get rid of it because I don't need to justify, or because I can't justify keeping this big old palette that I don't use that often, to be honest. I think these are the shades that I have that are the closest. So I'm gonna swatch them next to each other to see if I like them and see how similar the results are. Whoa, those aren't even remotely the same. Those are pretty close. You know what? I don't think I have these colors. I don't love this bronzer, but I think I like all these other blushes. I just need to reach for it more, so I'm going to be keeping that. I also think I'm going to be keeping this Makeup Geek blush. I have it in the shade XOXO. Oh man, I shouldn't have wiped off the swatch. It's actually really pretty. This is definitely more of a summer shade for me. I honestly cannot pull it off in the winter, even the slightest bit, but it's very, very pretty, very, very pigmented and soft. I've heard that some people don't like the Makeup Geek blushes, even though they love the shadows. I have found both to be great, so I'm gonna be holding on to that one. I have this Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten. I got this, I think it's technically a sample. It's in Tropic Hues. There's actually quite a bit of product there for being a sample. It's only 0.04 ounces, so it maybe just looks like there's more than there is. Gorgeous, absolutely beautiful, but it's not something I ever use. It's too shimmery and too light to be a blush, and it's too dark to be a highlighter for me. And even though I could use it as a blush topper, I prefer a matte, typically matte blush and a shimmery highlight. So I think I'm just gonna pass this along. Even though it's amazing quality, it's not something I ever use. I just got this NYX blush in Dusty Rose. I don't even know if it's available anymore. I tried linking it when I hauled it and I couldn't find it, but I'll swatch it for you guys. Really pretty. Again, kind of that more cool toned pink shade, which is good for me, so I'm gonna be keeping that one. It's pretty new still. I have this blush here from Model Co. in Cosmopolitan, and again, I think this came in a box. Almost all of my blushes have come in subscription boxes. Almost all of them. And I'm not really a big fan of this one. It's okay. It's a little bit bold for me though. It's very bubblegummy. It's kind of similar color to my Tarte one, but this one can go clown face so easily, whereas the Tarte one you actually have to build it up to get the shade that you want. So I'm gonna pass that one along. And then I just have 3 more. The first one is this Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in Rose Champagne. I know that I just said that I'm not a huge fan of shimmery blushes, but this is the exception. It is beautiful. Like with this one, I'll just forego highlight that day. It's a nice pinky nude shade, which, like I was saying earlier, I love the nude shades. They just work really well with my skin tone. So I'll swatch it for you. It's just gorgeous. I love it. It's one of my favorite blushes. The formula's great, and I feel like it's very wearable, very neutral. It looks good with a lot of different makeup looks. I have this tiny little sample of Frat Boy by The Balm, and it is a blush, although it says blush / eyeshadow because it's such a tiny little case here. And it's just, again, a little bit peachy for me, plus that tiny little pan is just a little bit annoying to work with, so I'm gonna pass that one on. And finally, I have my Studio Makeup blush in Wildflower. This is the Soft Blend blush, and I got this again in a subscription box. I don't remember which one, but here is the swatch there. I love it. It's just a gorgeous, kind of actually a berry toned, like nudie berry toned blush, and yeah, I reached for this one probably the most out of all of my blushes. This is the one I reached for the most, so I'm gonna be keeping that one. And that is it. I will quickly show you what I'm keeping and what I am getting rid of. So I think it's about half. I'm keeping 9 blushes here, including this palette, counting this palette as 1 blush. And I'm getting rid of 8, again, including this palette as 1. So just about half, as close to half as I can get. It's not quite as good as I was hoping to do, especially since I am not one of those people who is like a huge fanatic of blush. Kind of was thinking I would get rid of a little bit more, but you know what, I actually use all of the ones that I kept. So I'm going to pass these all along to friends except for this CoverGirl one, which is really old, and I think all the rest of these are still good to pass along. So that is going to be it for my blush declutter. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, I will see you all very soon. Bye!